and now I'm here to satisfy all your daddy issues. Yo, welcome back to my channel. It is I, Yakobi James, bringing you all the RPG content you never asked for, but you're so happy you stumbled upon. Last week we did Top 10 Girls with Trails of Cold Steel. This week, on to the boys.
So let's bring on the men and let the fun begin.
So, yes, like I said, we are doing the top 10 boys, gentlemen, men of Trails of Cold Steel. I'm gonna say this now, just like last week's episode. So this list is only comprising, sure, is only gonna have people who are only in Trails of Cold Steel. So people who show up in other games of this franchise are automatically not allowed to be on this list. So that gets rid of Randy, that gets rid of Agate, that gets rid of my number one, my one true number one, Prince Olivert, Olivier. So yeah, just forewarning, if you're looking for these people on this list, they will not be here. But first, before we continue into this fun little countdown, scroll down below, hit that subscribe button for me. Do it for me. Do it for you. It is a win-win situation. Alright, let's get started.
Number 10.
So, some of you may be wondering, how did he end up on this list? Major Michael, I don't actually, Rivelt, I don't know how to pronounce him or Claire's last name. But, here's the thing with Major Michael. Yes, he is stern. Yes, he is kind of strict. Yes, he operates in his own box and doesn't really jump out of it very often, but he is very loyal to whatever he is doing. He is always there when you need him. He is reliable. A little grumpy, sure, but I feel like maybe if you end up getting close to him, whoever would get close to him can melt that down a little bit. And he is very protective, which can be a blessing and a curse, because we have all those scenes with Claire and the whole family drama, and he never blames anybody for problems that he has no control over. He just like does his job, does his thing, and yeah. So that's why he is number 10 on my list.
Number 9.
Maybe you forgot about him, but I sure did. Celestin is the best of the best. Well, actually, in terms of best of best, in like the serving butler category, Sharon is always number 1. We already know how I feel about Sharon. But Celestin. So, he is Patrick's butler, the Hiram's family butler. And we meet him through Patrick. Celestin is someone who cares, not too much, but cares very deeply. And he will take on more and more and more responsibilities just so that the people he cares about do not feel sadness or unhappiness. He wants to provide and support anything that the people he cares about in their pursuits. Like most of the characters in this game, Celestin is always there for you. Celestin is strong. Celestin is kind of funny sometimes. Celestin I would describe as like more like a golden retriever. He's nice, he's friendly, he's supportive, he's very loyal, and yeah. And the thing is, like, Celestin also, he knows how to cook, so his whole life has been providing, so he can also provide for anybody he is with. So that is why Celestin gets number 9.
Number 8.
Okay, here is maybe a little bit of some people are going to agree, some people are definitely going to disagree with me, but Ash, yes, is number 7. Here's the thing with Ash. Ash has many layers. Like an ogre, he's like an onion. He's a little sour, he's a little standoffish on the outside, but the more you get to know him and the more he lets you in, the more you see how he's just been broken from his past. And there's actually a good, wholehearted person there, because he wouldn't do all these things for other people. Even though he says everything reluctantly, he's actually very supportive and loyal to his own cause, but also to the people that he cares about. And he'll do what he feels is right in the moment. And so, with that whole mentality of his, he is very stubborn. I'm also very stubborn, so I get it. He's the kind of person that like would only work with someone who can banter with. If you are with Ash Carbide, your life is gonna be interesting. You're gonna be doing a bunch of things, maybe all of them not so much legal, but it's okay, because for some reason, everything kind of, something happens. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil anything. If you're with Ash, hanging out with Ash, doing things with Ash, you're always gonna have some sort of memorable experience, because things always seem to happen when he is involved. So, because he might be the standoffish life of the party, he is number 8 on this list.
Number 7.
You may have thought, well, these are just going to be the main characters, so yada yada yada, great. Well, you already know that we've had Celestin in this list, and now I'm here to satisfy all your daddy issues, and number 7 is Victor S. Arcade. Yes, the head of the Arcade family. Now, you may wonder, why is he on this list? Well, he is noble, he is loyal, he got money, honey, and he is a protector. With all the responsibilities he has by running a training school, by helping the army, by being the head of a royal noble house, he still will listen to you. He still will notice if things are off with you. He'll ask you questions. He's also not too stuck up to where he doesn't recognize the strengths in others. He actually wants people to be strong on their own and pushes them to surpass him. So yeah, I mean, there's so many aspects to him that are so astounding. And like Laura, I mean, they're both very busy and maybe arguably a little boring, but they'll always be there for you. He will always be there to protect you. And yeah, just a sturdy, grounded individual. So that is why Victor S. Arcade gets number 7.
Number 6.
Yes, the free spirit of the Nord Highlands. Gaius. I feel like Gaius is in the middle of the road. Gaius is a free spirit. Gaius speaks to the wind. Gaius is very spiritual. Gaius goes where the wind takes him. Colors of the Wind, Pocahontas style, if that floats your boat. Gaius also, I feel, might be a little gay, but it's fine. I really would have been very happy if they would have shipped Elliot and Gaius together in the game, and it would have been a grand, beautiful moment, but they didn't. Gaius had this big secret in Trails of Cold Steel 3, and I was just like, okay. He's like, I don't want to. There's been a change in me. I don't want to say it now. I'm still figuring things out. I'll tell you all later. There is a big reveal in that game, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. Maybe in another video. But Gaius, he's very family oriented. He will do almost everything for his family. It might come, if it ever came to the situation, he may choose his family over you. So that's a detriment a little bit. But he is very passionate, very, very passionate. He paints, he rides horses, he is just like kind of this like free spirit guy and gentle. And so if you're just kind of looking in life for just like a little smooth sailing boat, then Gaius is your guy. Super chill, super nice, and that is why Gaius gets number 6.
Number 5.
Yes, I mean, one of the best characters in the game, one of the best, like, surprises of the game, Olaf Craig, Elliot's dad, the head of the 4th Armored Division. When you hear about him, he's, like, very stern, very grumpy. He's the best army commander dude in Arabonia. But when you meet him, he's just a gentle teddy bear who loves his family. And here's the thing with Olaf, he just like loves his family. He's very, I would say bumbly in a macho way. Whenever he sees Elliot, he like always wants to be like, Elliot, my boy, and runs and gives him a hug. It's a whole thing. He embarrasses his family very much so, like classic dad vibes. Also fulfills any daddy issues that you may have. He is strong. He is loyal. Everyone seems to be loyal in this game. He is funny. I feel like he would be very stubborn. I mean, it took him a moment because Elliot wanted to just be a musician, and then his dad was like, no, you must go to military school. And then because he lost a certain family member, he opened up and like saw more, I guess, beauty in the world and was more open-minded. And I think for the better, he became a better person. There's just so much to love about Olaf Craig. He's just a jolly, red-headed man who has to work a lot, so that is a detriment. You may not see him a lot, but when you do, it is very down-to-earth and grounded and a beautiful time. So that is why Olaf Craig gets number 5.
Number 4.
Okay, now, this is my personal boo. The person I stand in this game, Eustace Alberea. Okay, we can argue that when the game started, Eustace was maybe a little piece of, but he has turned a corner, and Eustace has a lot of responsibilities. The thing with Eustace, he's always trying to prove himself to himself and puts up a front towards the people outside of him. So that is one thing, but he's always trying to do the right thing. He will go against the grain, especially when his noble duties, to do the right thing for the people. Eustace cares about the people. He does right by the people. So if you're hanging with Eustace, chilling with Eustace, you'll be cared for. And he shows his appreciation and love for people in a very interesting way, and Eustace has a cold exterior but a warm interior. So you just have to get through it, and then you'll see that Eustace actually has a lot of care in his person that he extends towards the people he actually respects and loves. And Eustace is just, he's funny. He's funny too in like a specific way. I mean, I think he's funny, but so yeah, I just think Eustace is a good time. Also, he does have lots of finances, and so for all those reasons, Eustace is number 4.
Number 3.
Yes, okay, I'm not putting the protagonist as number 1, also because I feel like there's a few reasons why, but Rean Schwarzer is number 3. Rean, classic protagonist, JRPG protagonist. He's loyal, he makes good choices, he has a harem of people around him, people love him, people respect him, great, cool, awesome, comes from a great family, has an amazing sister, has a great dad. Well, the thing with Rean though, like, I feel like he ignores his personal life to pursue other people's agendas. Like, he's always giving too much of himself to people, and he doesn't work on himself, he doesn't focus on himself. So when it came down to it, if he had nothing to do, I feel like Rean is just kind of a hot mess, maybe a little bit on the inside, but he just chooses to deal with other people's issues to help them so he doesn't have to help himself. So in the long run, I feel like that my gosh, issues. But Reen, he's very nice. Reen, he is very dependable, 100%. Reen, if you need him, you can call him no matter where you are, no matter how far. You don't have to worry. Reen will be there. And yeah, I mean, Reen's just like an all-around good guy. He's a good choice. He's like the opposite layered. He's like nice and great on the top layers, and once you get further in, there's a little more darkness. So maybe a journey you want to go on. Maybe you like fixing people. That's up to you. That's your prerogative. But for all these reasons, Reen is number 3.
Number 2.
Haha, here we are. One of the nicest characters in the game. Also super talented, not just in like cutting things down with swords. Elliot Craig. Elliot Craig, so sweet. Very simple-minded, just wants to play music. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's very sensitive. He's a very gentle soul. He doesn't want to use violence or hurt people unless it is to protect those that he loves. He is just so sweet, and he comes from such an amazing family. His sister is amazing. His dad is really funny. He's even on this list. And he's also wickedly talented with the violin, so you get music too. He's becoming a star on the rise, so his personality might change with all the popularity, but I don't think so. Elliot is very grounded, and he's just overall just like a very, very, very great guy. And arguably, he might swing for a different team. Him and Gaius would make a great duo. But alas, that is not the reality in which we live in. So who will Elliot end up with? I don't know, but I see him getting married and having children and having a very pleasant life in a house, maybe in a city, maybe out in the outskirts, just play him and his violin and his family, maybe a dog. Yes, and so for all these positive reasons, Elliot is number 2.
Number 1.
Now, this is an interesting choice. I will tell you that. He may have made some interesting choices. He may be a little deceptive. But I feel deep down, Crow Armbrust is a good guy. He got pushed too far, and that led on a trajectory of things happening, choices he makes in his life. But you get to see so many fun sides to him. He likes to gamble, he likes to drink, he likes to have a good time. That may be an issue down the road, but I'm going to say it's not. He's very funny. He likes a joke. He also listens to you. He also pays attention to when people are talking to him. He remembers things. He keeps some very close-knit of people around him, and he treats them well. He has respect for them. It's not just platonic relationships that Crow makes. He makes really in-depth relationships with people, and I feel like that's what you're looking for. You want to have a good friend, so a loyal friend, and I feel like Crow is that. Now, Crow is very independent, so he will always be doing what Crow wants to be doing. Now, he's more than happy to bring you along for the ride, but if you say no, then he's gonna keep doing what he wants to do. That is the one thing about Crow. Also, he's a little manipulative, not in so much a bad way, I would say. He just uses it to get information out of people, I would say. Also, yeah, if I keep talking more about that, I'm gonna spoil things for people who haven't played the games. So, all these reasons, Crow's just like Sarah. Crow is a fun time. You're gonna have many experiences and memories, and you won't have to dig through like so much darkness like Ash to get to the fun times and like to get close with him. So, for that reason, Crow is number 1. Now, whether you agree or disagree with me, that is all up to you. If you like this video, you can like it. You can subscribe if you didn't already. If you want to see more of me, I stream on Twitch. I play RPGs Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So you can follow me on there. You can hang out with me there. You can talk to me in person there. Not really in person, but like on the internet in person. And we can hang out and have a good time. All my socials are in the description down below, so you can, by all means, do that. So yeah, if you disagree with this list, please go down below, comment your list of top 10, and tell me why. Tell me something, boy. That's it for this video. I will see you next Monday. Have a great weekend, life. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.